guys. Hello, guys. Good morning. Just a quick. I'll be coming live sometimes. Let's go record the passion. So, um, thank you. This Friday. It's just sorry. This AFCON 2025 day two. So it's just my AFCON daily show. So just between is slightly very tricky for me to come in live on a regular basis. That's why I had to record the previous the previous show. So this is day two, and just to give you the score line for today's game, some of you already have an idea of the score line. South Africa actually beats South Africa beats Angola 2-1. Zambia drew 1-1 with Mali, while Egypt came from one goal down to beat the Warriors of Zimbabwe 2-1. So let me just start from the game between Mali and actually and Zambia. I didn't expect much from that game. I knew that Mali would not lose that game, but can they win that game? See, one of the problems with Mali is that they are very compact in the midfield, solid sometimes in defense, but when going forward is their major problem. And I think that the problem they had during Tom Eric Shell is still there. Lack of concentration towards the end of the game because that person I don't see any reason why Mali should draw that game. But unfortunately, they actually will do that game now. They're in a very difficult situation because they had to go all out against Morocco and make sure that they get a result against Morocco. So it's going to be a very tough, very tough game for them. So and when I look at the game, it was like played in the midfield, not too much and what's it called actions at both ends, and you can't really understand what they are doing. So and you know you know for me, I just think that I didn't see much from actually what they actually what two of them actually were doing. So, but big ups to Zambia, they didn't give up towards the end of the game, and they actually were the equalized through Patson Daka. There was also a penalty save too from the in fact they have awarded two penalties this tournament. All the penalties have been saved. Just to tell you exactly how things actually what are currently in this AFCON. So 1-1, the two perfectly poised. I think that the two of them have a chance to qualify for the next stage if Mali can beat Comoros and also what's it called, and also Zambia to also beat Comoros. But that is just that. No, I won't lie to you. It's not really interesting game, but what can we? It's African football. I have to just enjoy that. Second game of the day, probably the best game. I don't know, for this AFCON is Africa against Angola. Guys, I need a South African passport. I think you guys need to give me a South African passport because I predicted the lineup. I only got one wrong. And that one I got wrong was the defensive partner of Mbukasi. I thought it's going to be Tyron Smith, but Coach Ugo Bruce went for Ngezila instead of Tyron Smith. So I knew that it's going to be his most trusted ally, Koliso Mudao, at the right back. I knew it's going to be Captain Ronald Williams and also Andre Motiba. Despite I thought sometimes others can come in, but Motiba actually did the job. In the midfield too is Sitole and what's it called, and Mokwena really actually did well in that midfield, and also Mbule up front. But today Mbule did not really perform well. I don't know, maybe it's me. I didn't really see much about Mbule, the chef master. Yes, yes. So and I'll thank you. I said the game will be what attack because I knew that South Africa will never sit down and soaking pressure. No, they will take the game to you. And I also said that Angola too will not sit down. They will take the game to you. So it was a game I really enjoyed. I like it that way, and I wasn't surprised. But each time I see South Africa attack, they show signs that they want to score. But when I see Angola attack, I don't see signs like, it doesn't, it shows me that something might happen in this attack. When the coach brought out Nkota and he brought in Moremi, they are very dangerous player. The boy is he's a very dangerous player. So, I knew that something might probably actually would happen, and South Africa was Africa. The gap between the defensive line of Angola and actually what and the defensive midfield of Angola, that gap, they were just expecting that gap, you know. And they won. I won't let you deservedly actually was won that game. Angola also did well. But for me, I just think that is power and power and power in that midfield. But I just think that South Africa find a way to neutralize that midfield area. And kudos to the goalkeeper too. The goalkeeper is a ball playing goalkeeper. So anytime there is no option, Mbukasi will just pass back. Then they start the attack again. So it wasn't as if you press Williams too much, it might probably actually even open up space for your opponent. So they're well set up. 2-1 to them. And tough game. They say tough. They say a tough game. Do you think they can make it into the group with this performance? I don't think. The way Zimbabwe played today, if Zimbabwe head on to that draw, I don't think Angola can beat them. But now they have to come out. When they come out, that is the problem. Because if they have managed to draw against Egypt today, let me just tell you about the last game. Last game Egypt beat Zimbabwe 2-1. I was so sad that because I saw the Zimbabwe that played against Nigeria in Uyo, the way they defended. In fact, that game in Uyo, Nigeria even did better than the way Egypt did today. It's just that Egypt found a way to break them down finally. So I was so sad that they couldn't actually break. They couldn't actually hold on to that 1-0 lead. So for me too, looking at it both sides, as for me, I think sometimes watching Egypt, they look, they don't look as if they know a solution. They want to find a solution because it's about cross. I don't think they have a solution because when they came to the second half, they pressed Zimbabwe. High pressure for like 25 minutes. I was like, these guys are crazy. Can they sustain this for 90 minutes? They didn't sustain it though. The energy dropped. But if you have Musala in your team, what do you expect? If you have Musala in your team, what do you expect? So, they actually they won that game. But for me, I just think that I'm not convinced about Ozamazan as a coach of Egypt. Rightly so. There's a lot of pressure on him currently in Egypt that the team is not playing well. They're not living up to expectation. This is not their former coach that went to Cameroon. Position in front of the shooter. Yeah. I also think that the Zimbabwe also did well to trying to stop them. So for me, it was a very good game. I really enjoyed South Africa against Angola and Egypt against Zimbabwe. I enjoyed that. Not the same with Mali against Zambia, but that is it. So as it stands now, South Africa are second in Group B. Egypt leads Group B by 2 with 3 points. South Africa actually was second. I think Zimbabwe third, and Angola last. So it's going to be very, very tricky few days to come. But who have impressed me in this AFCON? For me, I'm not impressed with Morocco. I'm not impressed with Morocco. I just think that South Africa impressed me. So if Angola was good in the attack, they would have cooked the game in the first half. Yeah, but see, they didn't do it. So let's just look at tomorrow's game. So in tomorrow's game, DR Congo, the Leopards of Congo, will be putting all those pressures on them. They put them one side and play against the Cheetahs of the Republic. That is around the 12:30 p.m. UK time. It's going to be 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Senegal 2, the Teranga Lions of Senegal play against Botswana at 3 p.m. UK time. While Nigeria, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, will play against Tanzania at 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. Sorry, 5:30 p.m. UK time. Why the last game for the day should be Tunisia against Uganda. That is 8 p.m. Nigerian time. So it's going to be very interesting. Couple of flashword days too. So tomorrow, 4 games for you. So if you don't start game from 12:30, you have to watch the game. Today now, I didn't really watch the game Zambia. I was in between, but I watched Africa because I plan to watch Africa throughout this tournament. And also, let's talk about the DR Congo Benin Republic game. It's going to be clash of styles, And if you look at Sebastian Desabre, the coach of the Republic, the coach of DR Congo, he built his team around this very solid defense line. During the last AFCON, he had issues with his defensive, line. He had there was a guy. I think the guy was playing in Egypt, Pierre Mbemba. They had Kayulu, but this time around, he got some foreign born, legally or illegally. They're now building from the back. And Genetro too is also known on he was also known on how to actually what to stop opposition. He knows how to stop opposition from actually from scoring. So, you know, I expect a very cagey game. I expect Benin Republic to try and try and contain their Congo. Their Congo too, I don't think they have enough firepower up front. Looking at there's going to be Bakambu, and probably actually what fits to Mayele. I watched their Congo play against Togo in Lume, and there was nothing. They only scored with the only chance of the game. So, you know, let's see if they can break down Benin Republic's low block. Benin Republic want to get a point at least from that game. So, who do I think should be a start to watch in that game? For me, I think it's going to be Noah Sadiki of DR Congo. And for Benin Republic too, I think it's going to be Andres Latunji from Benin Republic. I expect him on the left wing, and I expect a very good battle between him and Aaron under fire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So, and it's the home game. Senegal is against Botswana. Botswana has been adjudged to be the whipping team of this AFCON. So they play against the probably one of the favorites against the Tanzania of Senegal. I don't expect a Comoros Morocco game. I expect Senegal to take them to the cleaners. Honestly, I expect Senegal to beat Botswana very comfortably tomorrow. So, and who should I watch out for Senegal? I'm watching out for Mbaye, the PSG youngster. I just changed nationality to Senegal. Some of you are saying that Senegal does not allow dual nationality. They changed their law in 2013. They allowed dual nationality. So, and you have Mbaye. I expect him to be very just a start to watch. I know that we have to go to Jackson there. We have other stars that can actually play well for Senegal, but I just expect Mbaye is the start to actually watch in that game. So to Nigeria. So Nigeria will play against they also have India here too. I just want to say Mbaye of PSG. So Nigeria play against Tanzania, So for me, another game similar to our first game during 2019 AFCON when we played against Burundi. If you remember, Nigeria against Burundi, that we narrowly won the game 1-0. Olajuwon Baki passed to what's he got to Odionigado, and he's finished. So I don't expect Tanzania to come and attack Nigeria. Let's be honest with ourselves. I expect Tanzania to form a low block and try and eat Nigeria on the counter attack. So I think it makes sense for Eric Share to start with the 4-4-2 tomorrow, because I expect them to form like maybe probably like a 6-3-1 or 5-4-1 formation, from Tanzania, because the coach is a very defensive coach, and I expect them to be very aggressive too. They will going to be having Samantha up front. He's not really pacey, so I expect Kevin Bassi to be able to deal with him very well. So um, I think it's going to be a very cagey game. You might see games that lingering on, but if we can break them down early, I think there's going to be floodgate of goals actually want to come in. So I expect a similar Comoros Morocco game. So we must learn how to break these guys down. So if it's going with the 4-4-2, I understand. So who did I expect to start for Nigeria? I think it's going to be Stanley Wabali in goal. I think Osayi Samuel will start as a right back. So if there's any game that Osayi Samuel needs to play for Nigeria to get his confidence back, it's going to be this game. It's not going to be the Tunisian game. It's going to be this game. So, and I expect Semi Ajaya and Kevin Bassi to continue their appearing in the central defense. And I also think that Zizu Sanusi will probably be the left back. So in the midfield, I think it's going to be Alex Iwobi and Wilfred Ndidi. You might not like that one, but that's going to be Alex Iwobi and Wilfred Ndidi in that midfield area. And I think that Lukman and Victor Osimhen will probably be up front, while Samuel Chukwueze and Moses Simon will be flanked in those areas. I just hope that it's not like the Lesotho game again. Remember the Lesotho away game that they started Lukman. I think Lukman and Osimhen. Okay, I think no. It was I think it was probably no. I think Arokodare and Osimhen. So it wasn't Lukman. So it wasn't Lukman. So I just hope that it's not going to be a very flat game again. Okay, I think the game inside Lukman was probably against Rwanda. It was Lukman Osimhen up front, and I think Onyeka, Simon Moses was actually in that game too. So and we should have to be very careful too, because there's no Benjamin Fredericks here to play eye line for Nigeria. So we don't Adayi's recovery is not probably the best. So for me, I expect a good game. If we can score in the first half, I think the game is going to be a lot easier for us. But if we can't score in the first half, it's going to be slightly hard. But I still expect Eric Share to look for a way to break them down. So somebody specified that I didn't see super chat. Someone just gave me super chat. She said, Smith, I heard that Onuachu has been scoring in training. Most likely my start. Alibeshu has been solid in training, hoping for a huge win. Yes, I actually would agree with you. I know about Alibeshu, situation. I knew that people really praised him, even those that worked behind the scene to bring Alibeshu to the team, to try like convince him to come for this AFCON, and things like that. They are praising them. That is what we want. We don't want somebody that, and the moment you say that Alibisha is very good in training, who has been worst in training, who has been performing so badly in training. So, Charles, if you are saying that somebody has been performing very good in training, who has been very bad in training, so that is why I say that all these things is merit. Kudos to those that work behind the scene to bring Alebiosu to the team. So for me too, if Osayi Samuel is going to, I think it would have been good for Alebiosu to start this game too, because he's going to be making his debut, not against the too difficult opponents. Don't wait till Tunisia or what's it called, or Uganda game before he actually starts. So thank you, Jas. So the final game for the day, I know one talk was you already know. Yes, final game for the day is going to be Tunisia against Uganda. So Tunisia against Uganda is going to be another It's going to be another game. I expect that game to be very tough. In fact, if that game did not end in a draw, it's going to be close to a draw because Uganda team, there's something they are building. They are building this team that can compete the next AFCON. And so I can see the togetherness in the team. I can see the way the team played against Algeria in the last World Cup qualifier. They nearly beat Algeria in Algiers. I will tell you how good the team actually what is. So for me, what's my prediction? I think DR Congo will not lose against Benin, but they might draw. I expect Nigeria to beat Botswana, Nigeria also to beat Tanzania. Tunisia, despite that Uganda might be very tough, I think Tunisia will still find a way, but it's not going to be a very huge scoreline. So that's what I think will actually happen. So what is your preferred lineup? Do you think that you want to go by 4-4-2? Do you think it should be 4-3-3? What do you think? But for me, I think 4-3-3 will not work. Victor Osimhen alone against those guys. For me, I just think that might be going with the 5-back system. So it's going to be very hard for Victor Osimhen to thrive in those areas. So, like this is just like our AFCON daily day 2, but because it's a live section, the one I did before wasn't a live section. I will give people opportunity, and because tomorrow is also Nigerian game, I'll give people opportunity to join in. I'm meant to be live with IoT earlier, but because circumstances beyond our control, we could not make that live actually what happened. So let me just do this as a live. So let me just bring people on quickly before we actually call it a day. It's not a long distance. It's already 1 a.m. in the UK. So guys, if you want to join, there's a link in the comment section. Yes, if you want to join. So, and I want to make this announcement, please. I want to make an announcement. Guys, please. I'll be getting a lot of DMs on DR Congo, that was Nigeria case. I beg. Let's just focus on AFCON. Let's just focus on AFCON. No, it's going to be extra distraction for the boys. Please, let's just focus on what? On AFCON. Let DR Congo to focus on AFCON. Even Coach Sebastian Desabre too, he should focus on AFCON. He should stop all those things. He was posting on Facebook, and this thing. Nobody's asking you question. Focus on AFCON. The coach of Congo, focus on AFCON. He was posting on Bisaka, he's focused, he's this, he's doing this. Nobody's asking you questions. This Sebastian Desabre, focus on on this thing. And please, don't, because I told you, people are spreading rumor. It's just saying they have they have acknowledged it. They have sent some letters to they will tell you officially. They will go and inform them officially about their investigating them. So please don't ask me more questions about it. AFCON is the main thing. I've switched off that area. Everything's about AFCON. So Charles is here to just contribute quickly. So Charles,
Hello.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Ever since this
Yes.
AFCON started, the
Mm-hmm.
Morocco has been good. Every country has been good. I noticed that countries are advancing, and I'm really afraid about football. So let's go to tomorrow's game. Now, tomorrow's game, I say,
You said,
I was
you said, what did you say?
I,
You said pitch. You said
no,
country advancing. What are they advancing?
no. You didn't see Morocco and Comoros? You didn't see the game? You didn't watch it?
I see. I can see it.
Exactly.
But it's always like this during AFCON.
It's always like, yeah, but this is a whole different level. It's like things are advancing. Like people are not seeing it. This Egypt and Zimbabwe almost stole it from them. If not,
Mm-hmm.
Egypt came back and equalized. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so to me, I feel like we need to. I want us to play. I don't know, man. I don't know if we can play with Zoho. Let one value, take time to recover because they say he's 100% fit, but I don't know. I don't know how true is that. Well, maybe we should try to play with Zoho To me, let's go for back three. I don't want back four. I don't want back four. Back three would be better. Back four, I'm gonna play in the high line. No, 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 no. With Ajayi, Awaziem, and no, no, that's this. To me, I would say we go for maybe a 3-5-2. Play maybe Awaziem, Ajayi, and Basi. Then we play five midfielders: Ndidi, Onyeka, Onyedika, Zaidu. I say Zaidu, Bruno, and Bright, because it's Tanzania. With all due respect, so they are not that they are not threatening enough. They don't
Mm-hmm.
to maybe Lookman and Osimhen, keep Moses Simon and all this, keep them on the bench. Let's start with it. Let's start on run, because we should not underestimate any group, any person in this group, especially Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
Uganda might shock us if we're not careful. So we need to like take our chances. We need to be no one thing I noticed about this team is, if you notice, ever since Eric Chell came in, we score goals the first as very
Mm-hmm.
early as possible, but we tire down. So we have to take our chances as soon as that. Maybe wrap up the game. I'm going for maybe a 3-0 or 4-0,
Hmm.
but
That,
let's wrap up the game as soon as possible.
that is very good. We'll come back again and talk about it now in our day three. So
Okay.
which team have already impressed you in this tournament?
Uh, oh my god, man! This is we've just started. To me, I can't really put my finger. It's like every. Would I say? Would I say? I'm looking at Angola, even though they lost, but the way they took it to South Africa, I was impressed.
No,
You know,
okay, I agree with you, but I just think that the way South Africa changed it for Angola, so you have to appreciate that in the second half.
you have to. You have. You see. This is why you need to be careful with the coach you pick. Bruce has won this competition in Cameroon back in 2017, so he
Mhm.
knows how it goes. You understand? And they South Africa play his kind of football, possession based. To me, I feel like they should not get in over their heads. They should not like, they should just take that game. Don't start saying, "Oh, we win the AFCON." No, take it easy, calm down. One game at a time. You see how Egypt, you have Zimbabwe, so
Mhm.
just one game at a time. But I'm disappointed with Egypt, and their starting for me has been, I don't know, Egypt. Egypt are not looking good, but this is AFCON. Too many shocking, too many surprises. We'll see how it goes. But to me, for now, Angola, I'll reserve my comments till match day one ends. Yeah, but for me right now, Angola.
Okay. Thank you, Charles, for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, always, Charles always he was finding time to actually join us. Let us take a quick comment from Falana Yusuf so that we can't win AFCON with Ndidi led midfield period. Okay, um, we can't win AFCON with Ndidi led midfield. For me, if I've you guys know that I've come here to criticize Fred Ndidi before in the past, but I also think that the guys they are bringing in, they are not showing that they want to bench Ndidi. I saw Onyedika. People have been clamoring for Onyedika. I saw him against Egypt. I wasn't impressed against Egypt, and that's how his game is. So it's not as if you want to play. The only person that shows that okay, I want to play is Tochukwu Nadi. But Tochukwu Nadi is too young and inexperienced for this stage. Onyedika has been in Super Eagles for like 3 years now. I think it was has been to 2023. Is it 2023 or 2022? So it's already got his first call of a very long time ago. So I expect him to be looking for a way to be a starter in this team. So, but it's not showing that he wants to stake his claim. So, in my own opinion, so guys, if you want to join in quickly, because this is a short edition, I don't want to, it's a AFCON daily show. I don't want to stay. 222, thank you. 222. So, it's 3 years now in the team. So I expect him to look for a way to say, okay, well, I want to be a starter. How can you be on the bench throughout? And when you are asked to play, you are actually what? Disappointed. So, in my own opinion, I think most of them are that are there, they're not ready. So we don't have any option to go and play. And Frank Onyeka too did so well during the last AFCON. But Frank Onyeka is not fit. He's not fit. He has not been playing games for his club side. So if Frank Onyeka is fit now, we can have somebody that is ready to take over. But he's not fit. So we have to. Honestly, we have to. So another thing that one thing I want to also advise Eric Chair is that I don't think that he should be scared to remove any player here. I can see that he chose Wilfred to be his captain. If Wilfred is not playing well, because being the captain should not say that he should be there for you. No, you can't. You can remove your captain. So when you remove your captain too, let everybody know that even if Victor Osimhen is not performing, it's not in that game, you can remove Victor Osimhen. So I think I'm going to take one more caller. Then I will now wrap it up. Yeah, Mr. Patrick, thank you. You've been a long time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. So your contribution quickly before we, today's a very short video.
Yeah, I watched the Egypt and this team again, and Zimbabwe. So I think I also watched Morocco. I think most of these teams, North Africa teams, they improve as the competition progresses. I remember was the last two AFCONs. We beat Egypt in the opening match 1-0, and we crashed out in the round of 16. Meanwhile, Egypt made it to the finals. Despite losing 1-0 to Nigeria, they made it to the finals, and Nigeria crashed out in round of 16. So you cannot really use opening match to judge, because a team like Morocco may not play very well at this opening match. Sometimes, is the pressure is almost too much, especially for host country. So I think Morocco is still the favorite. That crowd, that intimidating crowd. Although Nigeria, Senegal, South Africa, any of these teams can cause upset. But from what I've seen, although I've not seen all the matches anyway, I did watch the Mali and Zambia. I just watched the highlights, but I think Morocco will still improve as the competition progresses.
Okay. So what's your take on South Africa, and what do you think will happen tomorrow between Nigeria and Tanzania?
I think
you see South African game?
I watched the South African game. I think Angola matched them, skill by skill, even though the Angolans was trying to get a lot of infringement in that match. Every slightest thing they fall, the referee will give them infringement. Although South Africa was not too good, although they were. I think when they removed this guy in the second half and brought in that guy that scored, what is that name? That guy that scored against Nigeria in New York, the guy they removed, that South African guy, he was the guy that scored against Nigeria in New York. They removed him in the second half.
There's no Temba Zwane did not go. He didn't play against Nigeria in New York.
Okay, not them, but there is one guy, not in New York, in the guy that was close to Trunk's AFCON when he scored the own goal.
Nkota.
Yes, Nkota. Yeah, I remember. I think the guy was removed and they brought in the other guy, and I think the attack came back to, because I think Angola were, if not Williams, that put up a saves. I think the match could have been a draw, or even Angola could have won earlier, because Angola got some clear-cut chances, but the goalkeeper was, saving them in that match. But I think overall they won it, but I wouldn't use this match to judge them until they play the second match, and then we see. I think that group, just as bookmakers have tipped it, is still going to be Egypt and South Africa. Possibly Angola may come out as
your prediction for tomorrow.
For the tomorrow's match against Tanzania, maybe 3-1 or 2-0. That's my 3-1 or 2-0. But I don't think we are going to beat them the way we beat Gabon in the playoffs. But maybe 2-0 or 3-1, because I think most countries now are not afraid. Before, with the way Zimbabwe played Egypt today, it showed you that every country, no country is a minor. It's a minor. So they will not play Nigeria with the fear that this is Nigeria, or like before, when most countries, even though I know that most of the Tanzanian players are home base, but I think they have this Bata, this guy that used to play. Which team is it? West Ham or what team? Before he went Aston Villa, yes. Before I think, is it in Belgium now? Or where? Turkey, yeah. So I think that's their main player.
Ask you a question before I let you go. Who did Nigeria play first in 1980?
In 98, is it France 98 or
1980 AFCON?
I think it's this in Tanzania.
So
if I'm not, it's still in Tanzania. They played that 1980.
You mentioned 3-1. If Nigeria beat them 3-1, just like 1980, maybe we can leave the trophy.
I didn't even 1980 didn't even come to my mind. I was just looking at it because sometimes our defense is suspect. With this 4. I think when we were playing 3-4-3 under Pasero, the fullbacks that were in the midfield, under 3-4-3, the fullbacks, they support the midfield. They also support, attack. So that was why your line was. But since we started playing these 4. This system, the defense always concede. I remember against Zimbabwe, they conceded against South Africa, even in the playoff. So they concede. So I expect them, to concede. But Nigeria will still win because of the,
Thank you, Mr. Patrick, for your time. Thank you for your time. I just want to bring some people, because this is just a short show, because it's just a daily show. It's not our usual. Sometimes. Thank you. So I have Kola and Ovines, then Henry and Uduko. I don't know, maybe Henry is available now. Are you available? Okay, you're available. Because I know that you are driving. So okay, I know that's okay. Let me just I'm coming. Let me do it this way. Okay, I will still get up, because I don't want to okay. I just go very quick. So Ovi. So
thank you very much. I'm sure you can hear me very well. Yes, when you talked about the 1980 Nations Cup, I just remember the mathematical Shegun Odegbami and Ifeanyi Onyedika and Budalawa, the 3 goals they scored against that team. So when you look at it in terms of ranking and in terms of pedigree, we've played them for 7 times, and we've won them for 4 times, and 3 times was a draw. So we've not lost against Tanzania. So I would expect nothing different. The worst case scenario is a draw in this particular game. And then when you also look at the Tanzanian national team, also considering the fact that it took them 39 years after playing in the 1980 Nations Cup for them to qualify again. That was in 2019. And then they played the 2023, and now they're playing in the 2025. So they just only played for 4 Nations Cup. And when you just oppose that with the Super Eagles, whom have even lost 5 finals, right? So you can see they are not in the same pedigree. And when you also compare to the fact that in terms of the ranking of the football, you can see that Tanzania, currently in the world, they are about 112, and then in Africa, they are about 27th team ranked in Africa.
Before you go on, let me just ask you a question.
Yeah.
When Egypt played against Zimbabwe have never won. They have never come out of the group before.
Yeah.
In the history of AFCON.
Yeah.
And Egypt is like, is this 6-time champion or 7-time champion?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you see the game, can you see any difference between the two of them? You can know that the gap history now is just on one side. The gap is getting closer, with these teams now.
Yeah.
These teams are no longer afraid. The first time I realized that these teams are no longer afraid was 2004.
Yeah.
I saw the same Egypt. No, I saw Zimbabwe against Egypt. Was he against Tunisia or Egypt 2004?
Yeah.
That was when this guy was playing for them, Peter Ndlovu.
Yeah, Peter Ndlovu. I know Peter Ndlovu.
Yeah, Peter Ndlovu was playing for them. Then I was wondering.
They even have one goalkeeper from, is he from Liverpool? Is it Bruce?
From Liverpool, yes. They have Peter Ndlovu. They have, there's one like Benjamin
Wari.
Yes, Wari. So they have this enough. So just continue.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to talk about in terms of, if you look at it from the historical perspective and in terms of the team's profile. So you would see that the Super Eagles are ahead. But like you said, and which I rightly agree with you, like I said, and I've always mentioned, I've seen us lost games against, Guinea-Bissau, Central African Republic, even Lesotho, we struggle to beat them, Zimbabwe, and some of these things. So when I try to look at that particular scenarios, and just to agree with what you say, I think we cannot just say, well, any team is a pushover anymore. So like what I believe that tomorrow's game is more likely going to be, because most likely on paper, the Tanzanians are clearly underdog, and I would expect them to play a formation whereby they're going to pack the ball. They're going to be very highly defensive, because remember, they've really got nothing to really play for. They've got something to play for, but they know that where the Super Eagles in terms of ranking, or they are a much more better profile team as compared to them. So the burden is not going to be pushed on the Super Eagles players, because they would need to defeat Tanzania just to show to the fans that, well, we are really the best. And also considering the fact that if you look at the followership of the Super Eagles, even after our failure to qualify for the World Cup back-to-back, right, you'll see that the fans' enthusiasm about the team has somehow diminished. I think tomorrow's game would be a very good opportunity for the Super Eagles to be able to bring themselves back to reckoning, and to be able to get a result that would motivate the fans for them to be able to get followership. So if you ask me about my predictions for tomorrow's game, I would say, well, the first thing first is that the Super Eagles should not underrate their opponent. I haven't seen what has happened from the like of a Central African Republic, but in all the same, I think I'm still very, very confident that the Super Eagles are going to grant a result against the Taifa Stars of Tanzania.
Okay. Thank you. And thank you, Ovi. So you think that it's going to be a win, but there's not actually what's called line for that, okay?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a win, but I would expect the Super Eagles to get, I would expect like 3 goals. 3 goals.
3 goals, okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Thank you, Ovi, for your submission. You come and defend your scoreline after tomorrow's game.
I would expect Lupa to give me a goal tomorrow. So
okay. But before I let you go, who has impressed you in this tournament?
Okay, yes, I watched the game. I think particularly one of the team I've really impressed so far is the South African team, because if you looked at their game today when they played the Angolans, I mean, there was even a goal that was missed by someone I thought that was a Nigerian. Is it Moremi, where he scored and the goal was disallowed? I mean, if you look at the build-up play, even right from the defense line to the midfield, then to the attack, you could see the coordination, you could see the transition in terms of the play, you can see the flair, the way they move the ball around, right? I would say the South Africans have really shown a team with character. If you remember, they scored first, right? And then the Angola equalized. And then even what was the name? The guy that scored, which is Nelson, what was he called, right? That scored, right? If you notice, he had similar opportunity around the box 18. And I think the goalkeeper caught the ball. Yeah, that's the Angolan goalkeeper. Then before he got the other opportunity again were scored. And if you really look at the second half, particularly, you would see that the South Africans meant business, and they were playing purposeful football, and their football had character. And I would say, so far, the South African has been a team that has really impressed. So I would really say them qualifying ahead of us in the World Cup is not really a fluke. I think I just have to give it to the South Africans.
Thank you, Ovi. Thank you, Ovi, for your South Vision. I see that. Say you saw that game very well. Thank you. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you, Ovi. So let me just say something about what Ovi said. See, I like when somebody sabi. It's not as if say I'm South Africa. The only thing they don't have is personnel. Their players are not that good, but I can see exactly what Hugo Bruce is trying to do. Anytime they attack Angola, they look so dangerous. They want to cause something. If to say I'm a punter, or what they call it, investor, I will say South Africa will beat Angola in that game. I don't understand. I know. Say it will happen. You know, I think they have mastered how to play this African football. I don't know. But Kola, let me hear from you.
Yeah, to be sincere, the South Africa game, I was really impressed. And watch out for South Africa. And to me, so far, the South Africa have been the team that really impressed me. And if they were to play Morocco, I'm going to stake my bet on them. Because they have a teamwork, they are very compact, like the transition and everything is there. So I give it to them. They are a team to watch out for in this tournament. To me, nothing special about Morocco. To be sincere, I think the edge, the opportunity, or the advantage they are going to have be the host country. That's what I said there. But to be sincere, so far, the South Africa game has been so impressive with against Angola because it was attack versus attack, massive attack, massive defense. So the game was really, really impressive. So going to Nigeria match, I expect nothing than to win because this should be the only way to compensate the country that okay, they are really sorry. And at least I'm not expecting nothing less than 3 to 4 goals, 3 to 4-0 tomorrow. So to be sincere, although now there is no small team anymore in this tournament, the football things has really changed. No more like normal. If this team is going to play this team, you already know the outcome. But now nothing is predictable. You can't predict anything. So, but because I believe Tanzania are coming to make a name for themselves tomorrow. That okay, if Lesotho can do this thing, if they can play draw, if Zimbabwe can play draw, if other small teams can play them, why not? We can also do it. So that's what I'm going. That's what I'm expecting tomorrow. I'm expecting them to come all out against us tomorrow. So to be sincere, I'm not expecting Osimhen to start tomorrow, but I know that they are going to start him. But to be sincere, I'm not expecting them to start him if to be the coach. But nothing we can do. Like to start Osimhen, normally I know they're going to start him, but to me, if to be, I would say they shouldn't start. They should just start this other guy, Paul, and now because all eyes is going to be on him, and he knows Osimhen, any little thing can be an injury. So you just have to know how to manage him. That's what I'm saying, because we need him when it's very critical. At the critical time, he might not be there. So we just have to be very, very careful in using him. Because tomorrow, Tanzania will be coming to make name for themselves and they will do anything possible. I don't know. Maybe yes.
Let me tell you something there.
Okay.
I watched Man United game against Aston Villa. Bruce Fernandes did not tackle, did not do anything. He just passed the ball and he felt something at the back of his this. See, injury can happen at any time. So, but the issue is just that the way Galatasaray is managing Victor Osimhen, I think Nigeria should manage him that way. Don't allow Victor Osimhen to go 90 minutes too much. But the coach is also scared that in case, because then there's something like one of the things that caused that Congo problem was Osimhen played up to like 120 minutes against Gabon. And you expect him to also be able to play. Galatasaray will never try him. You can see every game they take him off. They are managing him. If they can get 60, 70 minutes off him is fine because he burns too much energy. So I think I can see that they are giving him special treatment in the camp. You can see the massage team, they are always with him, trying to massage him and do the necessary thing. Because let me tell you something. Just like when we were going to the AFCON 2013, I still remember this preview. It's 12 years ago now. That we don't need to go to this AFCON if we are not taking Victor Moses. Is that if there's no Victor Moses, we should not go to this AFCON at all. That's what they said in that AFCON 2013. I'm saying it now too. If there's no Victor Moses, we should not go to this AFCON at all. So for me, I think he's a charismatic player, and I just hope that Eric Shea, please, you are the one you for how to manage him. You don't call Salim Fago Lawa, Polono Ashu, Sidi Desas, and Aqua Dams. They don't be Mumu. Push them to come out and Ashu will play. Continue before.
Now you get what I'm saying now, and I believe Ariel will also agree with me that I would rather they start them ahead of Osimhen. Let Osimhen come in at the second half. So at least it's okay. You don't have to allow. And if you say that you are winning the game, no need of using him. Let him rest because all eye is going to be on him, and it's going to be their target. So that's all I can say for now. But I expect nothing less than a win.
Before you go, Kola, when interim government day, and maybe 2 weeks after, the real government come. See, when these guys are playing and Victor's on the bench, I've observed it sometimes when Eguavon was the coach and they were playing Boniface. Every time they raise this, they put something up. But if they go to check, like their mind no go rest because they know that somebody is already about to come on.
Yes.
So the issue is that sometimes this thing might put a lot of pressure on these guys, and I think that part of the thing that's affected Boniface is Super Eagles was that thing.
Have you forgotten during them Ayegbeni, Obafemi Martins, Victor Agali? Before, if you have any silly mistake, someone is already there to take over your space.
The ability between the guys you mentioned there is close. See, you mentioned Martins. I called you earlier. You mentioned Martins. So Martins was playing for Inter Milan. This guy was playing for Atlanta.
Yes.
You can see that. You mentioned Yakuba Igbeni. Agawa. You mentioned Yakuba Igbeni. You also have like Kanu was in the Premier League then. So you can see that the ability is but this team, Victor is mine. Ahead of all of them. Victor is like their mini god. Anytime it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So that is the problem they're having. And you can somebody mentioned Odewinge here. Odewinge was doing so well too in the Premier League. He was doing well in the Premier League. So you can see Utaka was doing well for Portsmouth, in the Premier League. So you can see that the options there was a time that Arsenal Eguavon dropped Yakuba Igbeni. Second top scorer he dropped Yakuba Igbeni in the game against Zimbabwe in Abuja. That 5-1.
Yeah.
He dropped Yakuba Igbeni now. He called there was a guy that they called ahead of Yakuba Igbeni. So to tell you then that we have the luxury to select the ones we have, but this time around there, if you command Victor, the standard drops. It drops. It drops.
If I may, what the problem we are having, we both know it. Forget, we all know that Victor is an Oxula. But one striker I believe that can make a difference also is Desas. If only we can see someone that can give him ball, can save him. He's a very technical striker.
See, let me tell you something there. That is when you say if. You mention that if. Who we go and collect the ball from Bassi and drop between Bassi and Ajayi and give this as that long ball. Who Do you know how? Please just go and study the tactical analysis of Predators. Out of the strikers we have, is the one that makes the best runs. But nobody will find out. Nobody will find out. So we said if you mentioned there, since Mikel Obi left the national team, nobody can come deep and throw a long pass. With due respect to the captain of the team now, he cannot pass to save his life. We had the same problem when it was Ogonakaro Etebo and Ndidi. Etebo cannot ever pass the ball. He drives with the ball. The same thing with Bashiru. Bashiru drives with the ball. He cannot pass. So the problem is deep. The only player that can pass the ball in this team, which I think that something is still worrying him, is the Ebenezer Kinsamero boy. He's a very good passer of the ball. But the issue is that there's many things in his game that others in his position, they are ahead of him.
Yes, agreed.
So it's like you are choosing the lesser evil. So, oh, you know what? If you cannot pass, at least this one can give me something. So it's I won't lie to you, this Super Eagles is sick. He's sick. So that's the reason why when people blame Jose Pasero, I understand that he's limited, but this team is also limited. Who can take the ball under pressure in this team and try and bring his people to play? Who? Nobody. See, Ugobi tried to take the ball under pressure. They won the ball off him against Congo. They scored. Since then, since they won the ball, Ugobi no come near that place again. If they go up front, they will hold the ball. They will press him off the ball. They will win. The only even so, my brother, if we talk about all these things, the problem too plenty.
Yeah, we have a lot of problem, but it is what it is. We just have to make do of
Even
what we have.
The boy Leslie Ogeshuku that they are trying to say, okay, should come. Is better making late runs in the box. It's not the guy that will sit. He commits foul too much. He's a very rough player. He goes hard on people. And this time you see red card coming. It got red card already this season for Burnley. So there's a lot of things going on. Thank you. I hope that what's the prediction tomorrow before you go, Kola? Prediction?
3-0.
Okay, 3-0.
Yeah. 3-0.
Okay. We'll come and define your 3-0 tomorrow.
Okay.
Kola, thank you for your time. Sorry. Henry. Okay, Kola left by himself. So I'm coming to you soon and we'll do the house on Father Kola. Henry. I know say badge. Yes, badge still the your this. I know say you are coming from somewhere. So your thoughts.
My goodness, I did not notice you had a cash on anything. But look, what he said with outside Nigeria, I don't think I not to get trust for the Super Eagles. So honestly, I don't know. There's a lot of things happening with Nigeria now, right? So without Osimhen, I don't know where the goals will come from. You talk of Desas against Egypt, you're not really impressed. Even just normal hold up. It's not about making runs. He could not even connect with the rest of the team. There's no energy to his game. Unlike his first game he played against Mexico. You understand? I remember that for Pizarro, there was a little bit more dynamism in his game. I don't know if it's dropped or something. If it has dropped, because I don't watch every of their club football. I know they watch all of them. So I don't know if it has dropped, but even the Desas thing you talk about, against Egypt, no energy, low energy, couldn't hold the ball, couldn't pass the ball. It's like African football is just tough. Or maybe they call him at the wrong time. One thing about Nigeria, when player they shine, they know they call him. Now when they don't, they drop. Then they don't call him. You understand? I still think after this game, you will not really accept the squad that Shell has called up, because either he agrees that he has called up this player or not. You understand? Because I still, I don't know. Maybe people mention Rafiu Duros to me. I don't know if that would have been a better option for this AFCON. You understand? Someone that can offer you something that looks like a hold up, that has some energy. He's at the top of his game. You understand? That consistency is not the thing with African players. You understand? They don't play long. You understand? They are consistent for a short period. Just maximize it that time. You understand? So I'm very scared for Nigeria. Hopefully they win tomorrow. But for the rest of the AFCON, it hasn't really surprised me. You know, I'm always, when you follow these AFCON games, there's a pattern that begins to flow. You understand? I think the game between Egypt and Zimbabwe almost. I knew it was going to be around that kind of result. I mean, in my own personal listen, I know. I think I said Egypt would win by that margin, but I know that Zimbabwe, this is what they would know how to do. And North African teams, I will say it again, they need to learn how to play these COSAFA teams better. And I want to see how South Africa plays Egypt. I think if that one will define that group. And it will define how far Egypt will go, because if they drop to second, it means that they have to play second in another group. I've forgotten the group now, but in another group, and that one might be a problem. Egypt and Algeria and some North African countries, they prefer playing the West African nations. You understand? Especially the ones that are not consistent. They like to play them because I don't know, maybe they have superior mentality, like quality. You understand? Because COSAFA teams, what they also give you is they have a good foundation, European style development. You understand? But the problem with COSAFA team is mentality. They normally don't have it, and that's where Angola lost it again against South Africa, right? That's where Hugo Bruce is working on South Africa. The mentality you saw when they played Nigeria in that qualifier. You see what they were trying to do. They were trying to fight. And South Africa normally doesn't come to the pitch and fight. Go and look. They are always very gentle. They shake hands. But now when they play anything, it's like they want to kill themselves. They want to die on the pitch, right? So that day it should tell you that there is a change in mentality. And anything that wants to play South Africa now needs to beat them for quality and mentality, right? So,
but I want to ask you a question, Henry. Angola, they fought today.
No, this is Angola now. This is typical Angola. If the history of this AFCON, if you look at all Angola results, it's always very close. They draw against a big team like Cameroon. The next game, they just play rubbish. Remember the time when they had Manucho? They played Egypt in their first game. Manucho scored a banger. And the second game, with the way they played against Egypt, even though Egypt managed to win, people were expecting Angola to just go in the second game.
I think we lost Henry. So I think we lost. I think his internet. I know that it's not actually what I told. His internet is just the problem. Then let me see if we can actually get him back before I bring my list of colors, so we can wrap it up for today's program, guys. Hit the like button, because today is not a regular program. Hit the like button, and so that you can recommend these videos to different people. Hit the like button, please, guys. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. So, okay, Henry is back. Okay, so you can conclude, yeah. Okay, he left. I thought he's back. So let me just try and bring Yusuf and Dikashi. Yusuf, thank you. Yusuf, it's been a long time.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for finding time. So guys, we are 160 people watching this live, and we only have 30 likes. Come on, like the video. I know that it's easier to get carried away with discussing this football without liking the video, but guys, they don't help us. Even the one we did that wasn't live yesterday, you liked it. What about this one, Beck? How much longer is like? Well, Andy's not up now. Okay, so just I won't take anybody here, but I just want Henry to conclude his thoughts. So Henry, so just conclude your thoughts. I know that you had
Oh
issues with
yeah,
your
yeah. I don't know what happened. So sorry, I thought it was at your end. But what I was going to say is simple. Like I don't. The AFCON has been very typical. The North African teams. I think they would think they still have a chance because it's in North Africa. They want to definitely win it. Yeah. So Angola is typical, right? This is what they always do. They always flatter. I don't think they will qualify from their group. Mali's game surprised me though. I mean, I was expecting Mali to do better and win that game against Zambia, but I don't think you should be losing at this stage because when you have Morocco in your next game, I think the Mali coach he talks a lot. He's yeah, Thompson. He talks too much. He talks like his press conferences are always fire. It's like he's auditioning for another job somewhere else. So I think you should do well with this Mali squad. Yeah, you should be beating Zambia. I don't know. I don't think.
Henry, before you leave, when I was doing my preview for this game in day one, I said that there's some managers are just good to handle small teams. When you give them mid team, they struggle. I mentioned to Mark Frank of Brentford. He was so good with Brentford, but when I can see him with Tottenham, it was like he doesn't even know because he had to attack. He needs to win games. Some managers are very good at when you arrange a team, make it difficult to beat, then you counter. They are very good at that. So for me, I think Tom Sanfe is a similar type of manager.
Yeah,
Just give
probably.
him give him a
Yeah,
bigger team, he will struggle.
he's not winning at all. He's been struggling with Mali. This is not good. But I won't. I will blame the players too for missing two penalties. But you don't lose penalties in a game that you need to win when you
But
have
but
no.
if you look at the way they played last AFCON and this time around, they are not like it's like Gidigbo, like up front, Giddy. Yeah, I think I get this. Okay, I think okay. Let me just go to Yusuf. Yusuf, yeah, let me hear from you and I think Uduka.
Okay, good one for the all-awaited AFCON has started, and what colorful one from Morocco hosting. What we should be expecting at the World Cup proper? Because look, if you look at the ambience, the atmosphere, the stadium, you hardly see the difference between the. You think you are watching Spain, like the standard in Europe. Good one for the host city. Then for Super Eagles, yeah, we'll be playing Tanzania. Like some people have said here that if possible, the coach rests Osimhen. I mean, he shouldn't start him because we have seen what others can actually offer against Egypt in a friendly match. So sometimes we need to play without Osimhen so that in a long run, when we have a situation at hand that Osimhen is not around, other players will have got that build that confidence that without Osimhen we can also make this happen for Super Eagles of Nigeria. So and I on paper I think I will give them probably we should be to give them the 3-1. But Nigeria will concede. Yeah, we concede because we are that fragile at the back, yes. Ajayi or whoever is at the back, most especially Sanusi. Yes, Sanusi he was one of the suspects last friend match that we played against Egypt, and I'm very sure that he's likely to start again tomorrow. So, because this is African football, and sometimes energy, the runs, everything is needed that you have to spend out to play with that. So I that, then talking about things that have also impressed me, so like people have said, I think I didn't watch South Africa game, but I later went to watch the highlights on YouTube. I was watching this summary. See, one of the things that impressed me, I'm impressed by South Africa is that I think we are lacking in Super Eagles. Is that ability for their players to lob shot from outside the 18. I like team or players that can play shot because sometimes it's not every time you can tap in, tap or dribble in and and you penetrate the defense. But if you can have that one or two players with that strong leg, they can fire from outside. Then because I saw about two or three attempts by the players outside range, and I was so impressed. That reminds me of Sunday Oli said we don't have that kind of player in Super Eagles anymore. So and that is one of our weak area. going to again to Tanzania, we should be beating them like probably 3-1. Yes, but I just felt that we are not that disciplined not to concede. We concede, we concede, we concede. And our keeper too, the three keepers. I felt our number one is not that he just managed himself to come to. He's not that 100% fit. He just want to be at the AFCON. So we will concede. I felt that we will concede, but we should do the business against Tanzania to come tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. No, before and that's it. Thank you for submission. Before I will let you go to, if you look at Super Eagles journey,
yeah.
Anytime we struggle in the group stage, we always do well.
Yes. In fact,
in the last one we drew against Equatorial Guinea. No, even in 1980, we drew against Ivory Coast 0-0.
Yeah.
94, we drew against Egypt. So if you go at 2013, we drew our first two games. We have to wait till last game against Ethiopia to qualify. So but when we have under Iguavon, when we add all the 9 points, so for me, I always think that this guy, if I should pray for a result, it's for them not to even to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
See, but I think they don't win because I just think that if these guys, they need to be under pressure every game for them to deliver. If they're not under pressure, they don't have the mentality to sustain success. That is my opinion. What do you think about that?
Yes, and in fact, I think I've also noticed that pattern in Super Eagles thing that when they don't win all their matches, we may end up getting to Ghana. If we recall Ghana 2000, the Ghana 2000, we played in Congo. We played good with Congo. I remember like we are not happy throwing it maybe bottle to the feet.
Yes.
So just like you said too, at I think it was Cameroon where we was in Cameroon. Yes,
yeah, we won all our games.
All our 3-0, and it was a
we lost in the second round.
Yeah, we lost in the second round. I think, but another thing is, Nigerians. The question is the sport loving Nigerians. Are we that patient to receive that kind of result? Because on average, Nigeria believes Nigeria we are the best. We have the stars. We have everything. So all our matches should be won. That is the mentality that we. Now, if Nigeria plays Tanzania, probably we play a draw tomorrow. You see the outrage. You go to see what's good.
Yes. Even
everywhere is on fire. The coach, the player, everyone, even NFF too. They take.
If you remember the game against Rwanda in Kigali, when we won 2-0, everybody celebrates. Huh?
Yes, everybody celebrates.
And they came to Zimbabwe, they drew.
They drew. Yes.
So look at against Gabon. In the rush, where that's what they were singing. But
that mentality is just.
They forgot that the game is not done to they are Congo.
If we score a goal, I still don't believe Nigeria can actually sustain it through 90 minutes. We can't sustain it through 90 minutes. That we score a goal and we took that goal at least we should take us somewhere. There's something telling him that Tanzania might equalize. But I'm not saying we're not going to win. I think we should be winning the match. But I just wanted to have that mentality that if at all it's just one goal you need to win a match, you be able to score it and sustain it.
Yeah.
Irrespective of pressure. But you can't do that with this North African team. Because the pressure, they are very far.
Against Gabon, when we had no pressure on us.
Yes.
Because
against Gabon. Yes, we ended up throw away the lead.
Yes, we did. We considered.
Yeah.
So they were just even against Lesotho. That there was nothing in that game.
I do, yes, because we were good. We thought we should be giving Lesotho 4-0. So South gave them 3-0. That so we giving them 4-0, and we are also playing. Two of us were playing on neutral ground, so nobody was at home. So we should show big boys. We should show that they are so small to us. But see, this Super Eagles, we can't just trust them. But I just wish that we can. I think we can. I just wish we can just go out to get to the semi-final and the final. But if you must get to that kind of level, then I should not expect us to win all our matches in the group stage. Because if we win all our matches in the group stage, you should be having the fear that what happened in Cameroon may also happen when you get to the round of 16 or quarterfinal. So that is just it.
Yes. Okay, thank you for your time. What's your position? Position is 3-0.
I'm thinking of 3-1. 3-1.
This 3-1 is common. Guys, don't go and put money on it. It's just predicting. I can see a lot of people say, this 3-1 is common.
Even if it's not up to 3-1, I just still believe that if we are winning, we concede. Yeah, we can't get clean sheets. Yeah, we concede. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your time. Thank you. Yeah. So, Mr. Luka, for our last caller. See, Stephanie, I've already unblocked you. So, please, I've already unblocked you. Continue, please, Mr. Luka.
Yeah, thank you very much, Smith.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay, good. So, let me start with the game Nigeria-Tanzania. Mm-hmm. I don't want us to be all that confident, right? Because one thing I've seen with a Nigerian team is that whenever we are overconfidence, you understand me, we end up having complacency, and at the end of the day, we'll be thrown into we'll be thrown out of competition. This happened in 2019 in Cameroon, right? And hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. It looked like I'm hearing myself. That's why I'm complaining. But however, let me continue. So, what am I trying to say? Like the last time I remember the game between us and Tanzania, the one Scali Keme was on post for us, right?
Yeah,
you remember that game? Mm-hmm. How tough it was for us. If not Kali Keme, they nearly finish us in their place, right? Mm-hmm. And again, when they come for the return leg in Uyo, he takes the young Ihanacho then, do you understand me, to rescue us? Mm-hmm. So that's to tell you that these guys, we can't just write them off. Mm-hmm. We can't write them off, because if we do, let's not just be thinking that perhaps they'll be coming and be playing a defensive game. They're not. They'll be attacking us. They'll be attacking us from the first minute. And one thing I know about Nigeria and the system of game we are playing, all this recycling ball, bringing it back, side, recycle, bring back. This is not football. That's why I'm crying. We need a competitive midfield. That midfield that will be full of life, running. If others are not even running, you run for others to make sure that he keep the midfield alive. But I don't know how far did he will go. I don't know how far did he will go. I just pray that he have the strength. Just like what you pointed out about Onyedika. I did not see Onyedika. Mm-hmm. I do not see Onyedika in the last Premier. In the last game. He's not there. He's not showing any presence. Then the young man, Tochukwu Nadi, is very raw. He's still in his young age. He's learning the ropes. So, but let's just hope that perhaps something, maybe all I always see in their game against Egypt was just a tactics to make people not to keep eye much on in Nigeria. Let's just hope and see that perhaps in the main game, they will bring out their A game. Because if it's the same thing they play against Egypt, they are going to play tomorrow. My brother, I can't beat my chest and say that we are going to wrap up the game maybe with a good numbers. No, we may win, but I just said but. We may win, but it's going to be a very tough one, So talking about South Africa, I don't normally like to discuss South Africa, but then I wish them all the best of luck. I can only say that they will be good for us to play against the North African opponent, they can beat any North African opponent. Forget about what Egypt is doing. Forget about what Morocco is doing. You understand me? They can run rugged with them. But when the chip is down, you understand me? When they meet the other teams from maybe West Africa and perhaps Central Africa, Angola could have nipped it. Angola could have nipped it to the ball today. But I don't know. At the second half, they look at a point. It looked like they lost control. They lost a kind of sense of awareness on how to position themselves and how to control the game. You understand me?
Yeah.
So that's what really makes them to lost out on that second half. But however, I still believe that this tournament is going to be a big surprise, and I thank I salute Morocco for beautiful hosting. You know what they put up there is worthwhile to celebrate, and this I will say to my Nigeria country, they should look inward. You understand me? All this concept of get into the power and keep starting money here and there. Why don't we use it and develop our infrastructure? I mean, you can't be saying you are giant of Africa and it's all about a mouth. You are giant. You have to do something like a giant of Africa. A country like Nigeria is having only one approved stadium. I mean, it's a shame. It's a big shame. What we can boast of is one standard. Oh, come on, man! It's a big shame.
I don't. We don't want, because we love Nigeria. We don't want to be political, but it's just that Nigeria should be a country that will have good stadium in each state. Good stadium in each state in the federation. But sometimes when you see all these things, sometimes I just want to cry, because the motive of building stadium is not for sport development, it's for political campaigns. The moment it can fulfill the political campaign, then I think that's actually what that. So I just hope that they say, because I will say it here, the last administration did not do anything about sport. For 80 years, they didn't build anything. They didn't touch any stadium at all. So I think that was when there's this decay, of infrastructure. There was this adopt a stadium policy from Dangote and Abajebu. Go and check Abuja Stadium now, it's dead. Go and check Lagos Stadium now, it's dead. All those $1 million, $1 million, they have spent it just to embezzle it. So with all these things too, it is sad that we find ourselves in this situation. See, when I said that building stadium, I saw the news on the boat in Adamawa Stadium. I said, who approved it? Did they talk to FIFA or CAF before building this stadium? Because it's another mushroom stadium again. The one they built in Ebonyi State is like inter-house sports. I was
wondering
that.
I saw it,
I was wondering that why can't these people talk to FIFA CAF so that they can know exactly what needed to be approved for this stadium? They just, in fact, that place now is not useful. Look at where they are repairing Port Harcourt Stadium every year.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Every year is failing CAF approval. Every year.
Can you imagine?
Yes. Every
you can't believe a state like Rivers State cannot boast of a stadium that we can call a world-class stadium. And people have the audacity. People have audacity to be starting money abroad, moving money left, right, center. You understand me? In fact, just like what you rightly point out, every state, the National Assembly should put up a law mandating every state to build a world-class stadium. You understand me? That will pass the FIFA test, not just CAF test, FIFA test. So that if Nigeria said they want to host something. We won't be running head-to-head looking for stadium. Understand me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's quite appalling. But that being said, for tomorrow, I'm wishing the boys all the best. You know, and for me, I'm not gonna tell you a result, or I'm not gonna say predict the outcome of tomorrow. But all I know is that we will get a 3 points. But because I do not trust what I see, you know, the last friendly did not pass the eye test for me. You understand me? But I know we'll get 3 points. That's all I'm saying. And I wish them all the best of luck. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Luka. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's for today. Thank you for those that supported and stayed. You know, without even announcing that we are live, they stayed for about 170 people actually was watching live. You know, we're meant to be live with IoT, but IoT actually was very busy. Just an AFCON daily show. So thank you, Remy Ali, always being there. Thank you also to Folarin the Soup. Thank you to Chas too for supporting the program. So guys, that is that. So Super Eagles will be live. Will be live tomorrow. I want to do watch along tomorrow, but I can't do it. I don't think I have the nerves to support Super Eagles. But I think I know they will win tomorrow. They will win tomorrow. Yes. Please, guys, don't ask me about the Congo again. The case is fully on, and anything that is court case, we don't discuss court. We don't discuss court. We don't discuss court case, please. But it depends on where you are. Just check your location. Check where you are. For example, now UK is on channel 4, and so on. It's one for UK. So thank you guys for your time today. I mean your host Midlight. We'll see you again for match day 3 when we review, but it's going to be shorter. Maybe it's going to be recorded fashion. Match day 3. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. So let's discuss court case. Okay, let me tell you about the court case. They have already acknowledged it, and they're going to communicate everything to their Congo. But the issue is how will I say it? What did they say? The document that they used to clear the players is already with FIFA, so they cannot change it again. So what the NFF added was just the copy of DR Congo constitution added to it. That was it. So there's nothing about that one again. Thank you for your time today. I may your host Smith. See you. God bless Nigeria. God bless you. I'm sorry I don't drop it with this one. I cannot drop it now again. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.